This
methods, right?
meeting is being recorded.
Sorry?
What are the different types of methods we discussed, right?
Yes,
That's it.
yes.
Or did we discussed about the fundamental concepts like polymorphism
No,
and
no.
those
No.
we didn't discuss, right?
No, we didn't start that.
Okay, so those are the topics we need to start today. So we have four fundamental concepts. So those are encapsulation, polymorphism, and inheritance, and or inheritance, polymorphism,
Abstraction.
abstraction. Yes. So these are the four concepts which will be uh, decide how Python will work, and how the objects will be created, how the variables, and how the inheritance, and everything will be decided in these four fundamental concepts. Okay. So
Okay.
first thing I want to go for the encapsulation. That is the fundamental one, because that is where variables and everything will be start over, because the polymorphism and abstraction and one more encapsulation, sorry, one more abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance. So those topics will be related to methods and classes and inheritance, and which are related to the inside of the particular classes. But now we are going to discuss about the encapsulation method, because this is the top layer of the fundamental concepts in OOPS. Okay, so
Okay.
if you understood this one, you will understood uh, how the variables we are going to assign, and how we are able to access, and how we are able to modify those, and are we did we able to access the variables directly. So that these are the things we will understand now. So what does it mean by encapsulation? Okay, encapsulation is nothing but a, so wrapping up the data, like let's say, what is this, x equal to 10. These are variables, right?
Yes.
These are variables, right? If it is inside the class, how we'll call it? X equal to 10. If it is x equal to 10, how we'll call it as?
Object dot x.
No, no. How we will call? I mean, how we will represent this one? This is variable, right?
Class
This is
variable.
attribute.
Okay.
Attribute, right? We discussed.
Yes.
This is function. If it is outside of the outside, and if it is inside, how will it call it
Met-
as? Method,
method.
right? So this class, how previously we use the self, right? We use the self, I mean, to connect with this class, right?
Yes.
So this class is nothing but a self, or CLS. We discussed already. But if I want to combine the methods as well as the, so into a single object, I mean, I'll write a definition here. We are just encapsulation. Correct me, the spelling is wrong. So is nothing but a, is concept of wrapping the wrapping data, like variables, for your understanding, and methods or functions. Methods or functions into a single unit or I'll say it as a class, single unit as a class, and will control or controlling access to that data. So previously we discussed about we are able to create a variables, and how we are able to access print of self dot name, right? Print of self dot name, we will able to get that name, right?
Yes.
Right. So let's say you have when you go to an ATM, okay, you directly, let's say, you directly will not modify the your balance, right, or deposit or withdrawal amount, right? So you have to go inside and you have to process something, right? I mean, withdraw, deposit, those are you will consider as a methods. I mean, those will be considered as a methods, and from that methods you will be accessing the withdrawal or you will be accessing the deposit. Then only you will access that variable. I mean, this is like you withdraw the money, right? So you will not directly touch the cash inside the machine, right? You will just use those methods to get that money, right? You got my
Yes.
point? You are getting my point?
Yes.
So you will not directly touch the money inside the ATM, but you will use the methods to get that money, right? Using the pin or using the ATM, something like that, right? The same thing, encapsulation is also nothing but wrapping up the data. If you want to access that data, you will not directly touch the data, but you can access those with the help of the methods. How you are accessing the cash inside the ATM, right? You will not directly hold the cash, right? But you will access with the help of the some methods. That is nothing but a encapsulation. Encapsulation, as I mentioned, it is encapsulation is nothing but a data plus methods plus protection. C T CTIONS pro no no protections or protection, right? So protection is nothing but a you these encapsulation will not give you direct access to change the variables. If I am able to access your cash directly, so you will directly withdraw your whatever the amount, even though if you don't have, right? I mean, let's say you want to deposit only 10,000 from your account, but if you are able to access whole amount from the ATM, you will take all the amount, right? Instead of 10,000
Yes.
you will take whatever the amount in that ATM, right? So it means you are able to anyone, not you, anyone can able to change the variables if you are giving direct access. You are getting my point, Arya?
Yes. Yes, I am getting.
So 10,000 is the only limit you have. But if you are able to get the cash from the ATM, whatever the ATM money have, you will directly take everything you want, right? Hackers do the same thing, right? If they are
Yes.
able to access it, they will get the all the amount. So that is the reason this encapsulation will be provided here. So variables are hidden here. Okay, like your amount variable will be hidden, or methods will be and everything will be hidden. Okay, but if you want to access those variables, that is how you need to access using the methods only. You can able to access them, you can't directly access. Okay,
Okay.
so that is what I mean to say. So because why I am repeating again and again, these are the fundamental concept in a oops. So if you don't understand, so you will not understand the further concepts as well.
Yes. Understood this.
Okay. So why encapsulation is needed? First one is to protect the data for wrong modifications, right? So
Yes.
if your amount is 10,000, if hacker hack your data, if he is able to access your amount, he will directly reduce as a minus 1 lakh or minus 10 lakhs, right? So we
Yes.
have to protect it. So to control how data is accessed, so he cannot access, but he will be accessed with the help of the methods only, but he don't know the methods. So to improve the security as well as to make the code uh, or something maintainable or security, something like that. Okay. So in this one, how we are able to create a variables and based on the security. Okay. So in a encapsulation, we have three access modifiers, which is public and protect, protected and private. Okay. So these are the three variables. So based on our, security or based on our sensitivity of that variable, so amount will be a very high security private, right? Your name will be normal public, but protected will be in a normal way. a middle name or age or something, which is not, which is important but not that much. Private will be very high security, and the public will be our normal names, and the protected will be normal, which is higher or normal, below higher, above higher or below priority, something like that. Okay, these are the three different modifiers to identifiers as a accessors. I mean, uh, okay, we will discuss these things. So what does it mean by, you are getting it right, public, protected, and
Yes.
private?
Yes.
Okay, so what does it mean by public? Okay, public is nothing but a normal variables. Okay, public is whatever we are taking inside a class, right? Self dot name or some self dot, directly we can access, directly we will access it, right? Public variables is variables and can access methods from anywhere, from anywhere, like inside the class, inside the class or outside the class, inside the, inside, outside, and in, or in child class as well. What does it mean by child class, or we will discuss in our inheritance topic, not now. So public variables are access anywhere. Okay, so
Okay.
how we are going to create, this is already we discussed. There is no underscore or there is no something, like I will create one class, class of, I will take one student class, then I will create one constructor. What does this constructor do? You remember, what does this constructor do? Hello,
Ah, yes, yes.
you remember, or
To create the object, we are using the constructor.
to create an object without
Uh,
constructor we cannot?
to create that self without constructor, we can create.
Yes, then why?
That I forgot.
Okay, constructor is nothing but if we have a different types of variables, the constructor will be enable or instance, or these will be created by default when we are creating an object. So we don't need to call the constructor again and again.
Okay.
So let's say if the constructor is, let's say you are Arya, right? So if I object I can create with a name of Arya. If I want to create an Srikanth object, how will I create? I will create like with my name. So these variables or these attributes or something, whatever we are giving inside, this will be taken with the help of the constructor only. So how many values we are giving inside the constructor, those many values we have to give here.
Okay.
Okay, and constructor will be executed per object. We don't need to call every time. Okay,
Yes.
so I will give here as Arya, because how many values it is expecting? One or two?
One value.
Only one value, right? I've already said how the self will be implemented here. By default it will be taken. Then,
Ye-
so if I call this method, what 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 how can I call this method? Self dot show, right?
Yes.
What will I get now?
Arya.
Arya I will get, right? So I'm able to access this variable inside a, and inside the particular method, right?
Yes.
So, and also, am I able to access this outside of the class?
Yes, we can access it.
How?
S dot name.
S dot name, right? So what I mean to say is this is nothing but a public variable. We can access anywhere inside of, inside, outside, and in child classes as well. Okay. So we can access outside of the class, we can access inside of the class, and also if I created one inheritance, single inheritance, I am able to access that as well. This is nothing but a public variable. It will be accessible for everyone. Okay. You have any doubt till here?
No,
Good.
understood.
You are good it right. So
Yes.
if I want to create a same thing, protected, protected. Protected is nothing but a we can access. It is like a protected member. We can access inside the class, inside the class, and its child class. What does it mean? You understood anything here? What does it mean?
No, child class we have to study in
Okay,
inheritance.
child class. Just leave it. You understood this one?
Yes, if that self dot name is there, then print self dot name will work. But outside the class, print s dot name that won't work.
Yes. So this will not work. But there any difference for public and protected?
We can use it inside the class any number of times, but outside the class we cannot access it directly.
Yeah. That I understood. But what is the difference? Is there any difference you show observing? There is no difference, right? We can consider this as a public variable. But something difference I should show it, right? That is the
Yes.
one which, if it is a protected one, we have to consider as underscore, small underscore, I mean, one underscore. Okay.
Mm, okay.
So if it is one underscore, what does it mean? It is a protected variable. But I will print this one. Am I able to
In,
access?
yes. In that constructor, we have to give underscore or just name
No,
only.
no, this is just a variables.
Okay.
But this is the one which is assigning with the object.
Mm.
These are the names which will be initialized. These are the names what we are going to give when we are creating an object, or if it is a default one, we are going to give name equal to directly here Srikant or Arya. So there is no need of giving a value. But this is the one we are going to give. Whatever the one we are going to give, like if it is a name or if it is a something, if I am giving something, so the something is also nothing but the same. So is both are same? I mean, both meaning should be same? No, both are not same. This is where it will be considered inside the class. But this is the actual name we are going to give. This is just a variable. Like x equal to 10 I can take, right?
Mm.
X equal to 10 I can take, or something like this also I can take, right? This x is nothing but this one, self dot this one. I can take whatever I want just to store the values. Got
Okay.
my point?
Understood.
So that is the reason. Okay. But it is only accessible only inside of the class. So it means we are able to access only inside of the class, right? So if I print this, will I able to get that?
No, second print we won't get.
We won't, but we will. So it is Python allows it, but the convention is we should not access it directly from outside of the class. But Python will be allow it. Okay, that
Okay.
is an internal thing. So it is like you can access, but you should not. That is what. So the internally they why they implemented something like this, I don't know. But we should not access the private protected variable outside of the class. But if you want, you can access, but that you should not. You got my point?
Yes, got it.
Got it, right? So this is like a private member. Okay. Then we can go for the protected. Sorry, private. Private. This is the private one. So private one is nothing but a access only inside the class. Oh, access only inside the class. There is no its child classes or there is no other things. If you want to access the variables, then you can only access the those variables. Let's say you went to an ATM or you went to a bank. Okay. So you want to withdraw your money. Okay. So even though the bank person will be able to get your money without your biometric or without your PIN,
No.
no, right? So, and if you go to an ATM without your PIN or without creating an object of ARIA, so when the object will be created? When you entered your PIN. Like here, like when you entered your PIN, you can consider this as a PIN, right? ARIA is nothing but a PIN. You can consider it as. Okay. If the PIN is correct, then only this object will be created. Then only you are able to access your amount to modify. Even though bank people also cannot able to access those variables, is nothing but a private variables. Got my point?
Yes.
Private variables. So what is the thing here? So it is single underscore. Here it is double underscore. I'll add here also. Anyway, I will prepare the notes. Single and here double. Okay, single and double. So we are going to give just a double, just a double, right? So
Yes.
I will I able to access it like this?
Love. The first print will work, second print we can't.
The first one, what, 1 minute. The first one will work, right? Because this is the
Yes.
same class and the same object we are creating, and from the same class we have to access it, right? We are able to
Yes.
access it. So how do I know which variable I got it? Just calling that variable method, we don't know, right?
Mm.
So we are just printing this value, but how many methods and which method this amount was there, hackers don't know, right?
Yes. Yes.
So that is the reason we will be creating a method, then only, and we will creating a privated one. So then only with the help of the method only they can able to access it. If they
Mm.
want to access directly, let's say there is a variable called amount. If the hacker want to access directly, they will directly call like object dot uh, let's say your card numbers are there, then they are able to create the object of yours, right? Card numbers and everything. That is the reason they want or pin is nothing but I mean OTP is nothing but your signature. Previously in the previous days we used to sign it, right? Then only they will give us application or they will then only they will approve. But in a modern days they will consider as OTP is a signature. Okay. So
Yes.
OTP will create an object here. With that OTP anything will be able to access here.
No.
Okay. So we are able to access it. No, there will be an error. Student object, there is no attribute. It is showing that there is no such a thing,
Okay.
right?
So
One
this
minute.
creating one class variable like outside that constructor, if you are creating some variable, then there also the same rule will be there.
What? What?
Now we are creating instance variables, no?
No, no. These are not instance variable. If it is considered as double underscore, this will be the private variable.
Okay. Now, what I am asking, after class student, if you are giving some name equal to Arya like that, outside everything,
This one,
out just yes. After that, if you are giving name equal to Arya, then
okay,
how make it private and public?
these the class variables.
Yes.
So if we are making this private, there is no meaning of private or protector, right? Because if we want to access it, we have to create one method.
Hmm. Okay.
So if we are creating like this, there is no meaning of creating an private or protector, right? So if it is heavy, if it is protected, and if it is heavy sensitive one, we have to create. That is where we will discuss in a future concept. I mean, the next concept will be setter and getter method. For every protected or every sensitive data, we are going to create a method. Then with that method only, they will able to access it.
Hmm.
They
Okay.
will not able to the same way, but we will be having a setter and getter method. So we will discuss those things. Like, you got my point, right?
Yes, I understood. What I
Okay.
asked was that if we create name equal to Arya like that, we can create an object and we can like print s dot name like that we can do, no? So can we make it private? I was asking.
Here you are asking.
Yes.
Here
Now,
mm, the thing is, if you are creating like this will not be considered as a. This will be considered as a class variable, right? This
yes.
will be considered as a class variable. So
Hmm.
we can access with the help of the class, right? I mean, like
Object.
no, there is no object here. There is no creation of object here because this is a class method, right? We will be creating one function. In
Hmm.
a class method, are we going to create a class? I mean, object.
No, no. Outside of the class, I was asking.
Outside of the class is also not required, right? In a class method.
Hmm.
Why we are going to create a static method as well as a class method? There is no need of creating an object because these variables are, let's say, 1,000 variables are there, like this, or 1,000 or 100 variables are there. So when we are creating an object, we need to give all these 1,000 values or no?
Not required.
For this one, if we want to create an object, if it is the constructor is having 10,000 or 1,000 values. So if I want to create an object,
If
do I need to give all the values or no?
we need to give all the values.
We need to give. Instead of that, I don't want to give all these values. So that is the reason I'm directly create student dot this function. There is no need of giving all these values. There is no need of creating an object, right? That is the main reason we are implementing the class method.
Yes. Okay.
Got it, right?
Yes, understood.
So if you want to access it, you can directly access with the help of the class without creating an object. Here, this one you are able to access it,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
You got my point, right? I mean,
Yes.
the class methods and static methods are meant to be. I don't want to create an object. That is the
Ye-
reason.
okay. Okay. Understood.
Okay.
Yes.
So you understood this one, right? Private.
Yes, understood that.
What does it mean by private and how?
Yes.
But this one, the class variables, if I want to make it as a private variables, I didn't gone through this till now because we are going what I whatever we discussed or whatever I've teached. So only related to the variables, and those variables is sensitive. I don't want to create. Give me one thing, Arya. So why we are going to create an class variable? Why we are going to create a class variable? You remember or no?
No, I. It is belonging to the class itself.
It is belongings to the class itself. Okay. So the class variable is belongs to the class itself, and this variable and this class variable will be common for all the objects which is related to this class, right? Even though if I created S1 object, even though if I've created S2 object, S3 object, everything, but I can able to access this name for all the classes, for all the names, right?
Yes. Yes.
So there is no, and why we are creating, if it is same for all the object and same for all the things, but object is different right here. Let's say if I created a Srikant object, so this object is different because this name will be different, right? And object will be different. But this class variable will be same for every object,
Yes.
right? Why we are
Yes.
creating an class variable here? Because if it is common, let's say I gave you an example like a school
School.
or
Yes.
a bank,
Hmm.
right? So bank will be known for every customer,
Hmm.
right? Your school name will be same for every customer. So if it is same, that will not be a sensitive data, right?
Yes. Yes.
So if it is not sensitive, then why we need to create an private variable there?
Yes. Yes. Okay. Understood.
Got my point, right?
Yes.
But that is a good doubt. This is the first time which you asked me this question. Because of you, I I didn't refer and I didn't gone through a thing. But when I listen your question, this is what I've understood, and that is what I've explained.
Okay. Okay.
So you understood the private, and you got my point, right? What why
Yes.
I'm
Understood.
okay. Then so let's say I will, let's say there will be a balance. Okay. Let's say I will, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
Getting a call.
This meeting is being recorded.
Yeah. So uh, if I, let's say I will create one same banking application class so that you will understand. Class of bank account I will take. ACCOENT account. Then what I need to create? Directly, no need of, because this is totally related to the bank balance.
Hmm.
Okay. What I need
Okay.
to create? Constructor. Okay. Self
Unit.
balance. Directly I'll take that. Then what I've initialized? Self dot underscore underscore
Balance.
bal equal to bal. Right? Balance.
Yes.
Then I need to, if you want to get a balance, then what I need to create? Just a return.
Hmm.
Return self dot underscore underscore bar. Right? If you
Yes.
want to deposit self comma and amount, how much amount you want to deposit. So I can add some condition, but not required now. Balance less or equal to amount, right?
Yes.
So Are we able to access the balance directly? If you want to access the variable balance, how you are able to access? B equal to create an object. What is the balance? Let's say I will give a 1000. So if you want to get a balance, how you will? B dot get.
Get.
You need to print because it is only returning. Are you able to get it now?
Yes, we will.
Yes. And if you want to deposit, okay, B dot deposit of 2500 or 2000 something. Then if you want to, now if you want to get B dot get, the value will be more than, it should be like 26,000. So if you, are you able to get directly? No, right?
No,
Only with
we
the
are.
help of the methods.